Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the second or middle act of the Dalek Master Plan. That is parts 5 through 8. Now, interestingly enough, we are only going to be covering episodes 5, 6, and 8, because 7 is technically a Christmas special, and to be honest, none of it really makes sense. None of it makes sense. None of it ties into the story. It's played like this weird kind of comedy, and also has some racist comments. So I'd highly encourage you to do some research if you really want about it. But I kind of skipped it. I was like, I don't want to waste my time on that when I have a bunch of other stories to catch up on. Anyway, before we begin, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's dive right into it. Episode 5, thankfully, is one of what, 3 episodes in the whole story that actually exists. I highly recommend that you do some research, that you dive into, the missing episodes kind of fiasco. One of my favorite YouTubers ever, he made a really good documentary about it, but it's pretty long. I'll put it in the pinned comment sometime later. And alongside that, I'll also be linking his own reconstruction, which is actually what I've been using to watch and review the story. It's really it's really high effort and really high quality, and I highly recommend you check it out if ever gonna watch the story. Episode 5 basically starts out where episode 4 left off, except where we have a new companion in tow. Her name is Sarah Kingdom. Interesting name. She's technically been working for Mavic Chen, I think, if I understand that properly, but I guess she kind of learned that he's pretty evil. He's been working in alliance with the Daleks and a bunch of other Jeff Bezos aliens that I covered in yesterday's YouTube short. So she basically betrays him, so to speak, him and the Daleks, and she travels with them. They end up traveling. They end up discovering this weird machine, which is for the time destructor, that basically deconstructs them and transports them over. They have this really freaky and scary black and white kind of special effect. I will make one of the snapshots the thumbnail. It's pretty terrifying, but funny, terrifying. Episode 6 shows them on that planet, basically trying to, survive, and it actually builds off of one of my favorite ever, cliffhangers, which is when the Daleks, which at the end of episode 5, when the Daleks meet them, and the Doctor basically says, "I'm afraid, my friends, the Daleks have won." Credits roll. Next. Episode 6 is more of the same. They're on that planet, trying to survive, and eventually they make a deal with the Daleks, so to speak, and they end up trying to negotiate with them and give them the Tiranium. Now they give them the Tiranium and hand it over to them, and then they basically just book it in their TARDIS. They kind of run away there after they make the journey to find it again. Once all that is said and done, they travel to Egypt, where that's pretty much what happens. The Daleks basically chase them to Egypt, and they kind of meet them, and some more shenanigans happen, but those are easier to discuss with episode 9. And that's really it. Like I said yesterday, episodes 3 and 4 are where the story starts to lull, which is bad because that's like 1/3 of the way through the story. But thankfully, I think this is starting to pick up the pace, but in its serialized fashion. I don't know how that pace is gonna pay off yet. That's all for right now. I may post later some YouTube shorts for the last 4 parts. So stay tuned for that, and do that by subscribing and hitting the bell. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.